Every car deal in America gets reduced to one number, not the price, not the interest rate, just this. And that number is the most dangerous number on the entire contract. The monthly payment. Behind that monthly payment is a control panel. 3 dials: price, interest rate, and loan term. And the person across the desk can move any one of them without you noticing, as long as the number you're staring at stays roughly the same. Here's what happens. You negotiate on price. Instead of actually lowering it, they quietly stretch your loan from 60 months to 72. Your payment barely moves. You think you won. Trust me, you didn't. You just financed the same car for a year longer at full interest the whole time. Let's put real numbers to it. Say you're looking at a $35,000 car. At 60 months, that's roughly $675 a month. You negotiate the price down $1,000, feeling good about yourself. But instead of writing up $34,000 at 60 months, they quietly move you to 72 months. Your payment comes out to almost the exact same $675. On paper, it looks like nothing changed. In reality, you're paying on that loan for an extra year, and every one of those extra months is almost pure interest. That $1,000 you thought you won, gone, and then some. We're going to call this the monthly markup because that's exactly what it is. A markup hidden inside a payment that most buyers never catch. It's not illegal. It's not even hidden technically. There's no law against structuring a deal around a payment. And there's no law requiring anyone to volunteer the total cost before you ask for it. That's exactly why it works. Nobody's breaking a rule. They're just letting you not ask the right question. It's just built to be invisible if you're only looking at one box on the page. I spent years on the other side of that desk, giving customers exactly what they asked for: a desired monthly payment. Let me break it down for you. Now, same car, 3 completely different total costs. Same monthly payment on all 3. If you never ask what the total price actually is or what the interest rate actually is, you have no way of knowing which one you just signed up for. Once you're anchored on a payment, the add-ons come out: warranty, gap insurance, protection packages. Each one priced not by what it actually costs, but by how many extra dollars a month they think you'll absorb without pushing back. There's only one number that actually protects you here, and it's the one they almost never lead with: the total out the door price, before payment, before term, before any of it. Now here's what happens when you actually try this. You ask for the price first, and they'll say something like, "Let's just see what payment you're comfortable with, and we'll work backwards from there." That sounds helpful. It's not. Working backwards from a payment is exactly how the markup gets built in the first place. Or they'll say, "Let's get you approved first. We can go over the exact numbers after." There is no version of this where the exact numbers come later and end up in your favor. Every time someone tries to delay the price conversation, it's because the price conversation is the one they don't want you to win. So here's exactly what to do. Before you ever discuss a monthly payment, get the full price agreed on, in writing, with taxes and fees included. If anyone asks what payment you're comfortable with, you say, "I'm not discussing payment yet, I'm discussing price." Ask for the interest rate in writing before you sign anything. Ask for the loan term to be spelled out in months, not folded into a payment. If someone hesitates to give you a straight number on paper, that hesitation tells you everything you need to know about that dealership. This isn't about being paranoid at the dealership. It's about knowing which number actually matters. Price first, rate in writing, term spelled out. If you do those 3 things, the monthly markup has nothing left to hide behind. This isn't about being paranoid at the dealership. It's about knowing which number actually matters. Price first, rate in writing, term spelled out. If you do those 3 things, the monthly markup has nothing left to hide behind. So this isn't just a new car thing. Say you're buying a used truck and you're financing for the first time at 72 months because that's just what got offered. Nobody stretched anything because you never had a shorter term to compare it to. The markup isn't always a switch happening in front of you. Sometimes it's just the only option you were ever shown. The fix is the same either way. Ask what the term would look like at 60 months or 48. If the payment jump seems huge, that tells you how much of your deal was built on the length of that loan instead of the actual price of the truck. A few quick ones since I get asked these constantly. What if your credit isn't great? This applies even more to you, not less. Subprime deals lean on term length harder than almost anything else because stretching the loan is the easiest way to make a rough rate look survivable on a monthly basis. Ask for the rate in writing, especially if you know your credit is a factor. What about leasing? Leasing hides the same mechanic behind different words. Instead of an interest rate, you have a money factor. Instead of a loan term, you have a lease term. Same rule applies. Get the money factor in writing before you talk about the monthly lease payment. And what if you're buying through an online marketplace or a delivery service instead of walking into a showroom? Doesn't matter. Ask for the out the door price and the rate in writing over chat or email before you finalize anything. If anything, it's easier to get it in writing that way because now there's a paper trail. Walk in knowing the price you're willing to pay before you ever sit down. Everything else, the payment, the term, the add-ons, is just math built on top of that one number. Control that and you control the deal. Price, rate, term, 3 numbers. Get all 3 in writing before you ever talk payment, and the monthly markup disappears. Every dealership runs some version of this play. Most buyers never catch it. Now you can. This is Dealer Decoded. I spent years on the inside, and every episode I'm going to break down another one of these tactics straight from the source, no fluff. If you want to walk into your next deal knowing more than the person across the desk, hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.